Hi there, and welcome to this instruction video about Classic Loop Manager, or CLM for short. In this video, I'll be going over all the day-to-day use cases for a masterlooter in a raid, such as creating, starting, and ending the raid, auctioning off items, rewarding items both through the auction window and manually through a command, correcting any errors that when you've awarded an item and need to correct that, awarding any DKP if through various methods. And last but not least, I'm going to be assisted by Duppy in this video, who should pop up any minute now, because he will be assisting me with doing some bidding to show off the VicRaid DKP system and how the add-on handles that, because that is the loot system that we use in Essential. So that's it for the introduction. Next up is going to be how to start a raid. Oh, a raid. Why do you need one? Well, good question. If you don't have a raid, you will not be able to do any auctioning. So, to create a raid, you right-click the Classic Loop Manager on your minimap, and you go to Raid. On the left side, you can see all the previous raids you've had, and on the right side, you can create one. So first off, you start off with a name. For the purpose of this video, it's going to be instructional video. Next thing you want to do is make sure you are on the correct DKP table. In Essential, we use a different DKP table per rating tier, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use testing table because I don't want to mess with anything important. And what you'll see down here is four methods of rewarding DKP, which is boss skill bonus, on-time bonus, raid completion bonus, and interval bonus. In Essential, we use on-time bonus, so that's what I'm going to be mostly showing off. You have to add a value in here, which in our case is 10. You can do the same with raid completion, interval, or boss skill. You can just fill out your amount of DKP that you wish to reward, and the add-on will help you automate that process. So for on-time bonus, it will award the DKP once you start the raid. For raid completion bonus, it will do the same when you end the raid. Same for boss skill bonus. If the add-on detects that you killed a boss, it will award the set amount, etc., etc. Once you are filled out everything you need to fill out, you can go on and click Create a Raid, which will allow the raid to pop up on the left side over here. You'll see that it has status created, which means it has not been started yet. And because we're using the on-time DKP bonus, we want to make sure that everybody is in the raid before actually starting the raid, because that's the time when the add-on will award the on-time DKP bonus to everybody in the raid. Once you're ready, you're going to right click the raid here, and you're just going to click Start Selected Raid. What you'll see here on the bottom is you'll see a nice visual saying that DKP has been awarded, and it will pop up in your raid chat saying, hey, the raid has started. So that's it for having an active raid. The next topic is going to be auctioning and rewarding items. So, whenever you want to be auctioning off any items, there's a few ways you can get an item into the auctioning window. You can always open the window by right-clicking the CLM icon and going to auctioning, but as you can see, there are currently no items in there. There's two ways of doing that. The first one being Alt left-clicking, in which case you'll see the item name pop up, value ranges which are stored in the add-on. Do note that these are dynamic, so once you've entered a value range at one point, it will remember it next time it encounters said item. So in this case, it's remembering that last time it was auctioned, it was within the range of 1 and 40 DKP. You can check the add-on length and add an anti-snipe bonus, which means it'll add a certain amount of seconds when other bid has been done. With Essential, we don't use that because we've got a closed DKP bidding system. But once you've added the item here and you are ready to start the auction, you can go ahead and press the start button, in which case everybody will get this pop-up if they are able to use the item and they can start bidding. So, what you want to be careful of and also point out to your raiders is to press the OK button if they change this value, because right now I changed it to 7. If I click bid, it will do the previous bid, so you want to be able to make sure that you press the OK button. Right before that, I had it on 8, and you'll see it remembered that and did not do the bid of 7. So this is also where you can see the VicRaid system in action, because you'll see that we've got two bids, 11 and 8, and the add-on will automatically determine the awarding value of 8. So all you need to do is click the winner, in this case Duppy because he outbid me, and press award. What you'll then see is that you get a raid chat and a guild chat warning saying items are being rewarded. That's it for the first version. The second version is if you're completely sure that these values, the value range in the auction window are correct for the set item, you can also just Alt right click an item, in which case the auction will automatically start. The auction window itself will not open, so once you want to get to rewarding, you will still have to right click the icon and go to auctioning to actually get this window. So let's say you've made an error. I'm just going to wait to the auction to finish actually. So let's say you've made an error and right now Duppy bid 40, so let's say that we don't want him to get the item for 8, which is right up here, which means we'll have to correct that. Well, before we do that, I want to quickly go to standings and show you that Duppy is currently on 514 DKP. So whenever you want to correct an entry, you just go to loot history, select the entry that you want to basically get undone, right click that and say remove selected. It'll remove it from this list, but what you'll also see once you go back to standings is that Duppy's DKP has also been corrected to the amount it was previously. Next thing, I'm just gonna show off the second method of awarding items, which is a command, which is just something you type out, which is CLM, award, then you shift click the item you want, you add a slash, and then you just put in the amount that they should have paid. In this case, I'm just going to go with 40 because that was the amount in the second auction. And then again, it'll put it in guild chat, put it in raid chat, and it'll be perfectly out there. So that's basically how you can auction and reward items, and also how to correct previous entries. So that makes us go to our final topic, which is awarding DKP outside of the various bonus methods that the add-on offers, which is basically by going to standings. You can either do it by left-clicking as I just did, or right-clicking and going to standings. What you can do here is just type in the value, which can be useful for latecomers to a raid. You can also add a note to make it visible to other people why they got DKP. And then you can select the reason. In this case, I'm just gonna let's say Duppy came late to a raid. You can select the player or players and press award. What you'll see is that Duppy will get the DKP. You will also get the visual saying that he got DKP. But let's say like you want to award it to multiple people because you want to award bench or whatever. Let's change it to standby. If you don't select a player and you press award, it will award it to everybody here. So right now I have not selected Duppy. If I press this button, you'll see that my DKP has gone up. I get the nice visual as well. Note that we generally don't use this within Essential because we really focus on doing it via the on-time bonus, but it can be handy when doing late. And we have certain people handling the bench DKP most of the time. Also, when you've done any mistakes with rewarding DKP when it shouldn't have been done, so let's say I only wanted to award standby bonus to either myself or to Duppy, you can also just go and correct that by right-clicking the icon, going to point history, and then clicking the entry you want to remove, and go to remove selected. Last but not least, whenever you have done all the loot and reward all the DKP you want and you have to end off the raid, don't forget to go to raid and actually end the raid. Reason for this, once again by the way, it will give you the raid warning that the raid has been ended, but do note that you cannot be in 2 raids at once. So that's why you want to make sure you end it, because let's say you raid on Monday and then on Wednesday again, you'll need to finish the Monday raid before you can start the Wednesday raid. So that concludes it for this video. Thank you very much for watching it, and I hope it was useful. Bye!